If you're over 50, you've probably heard many different health tips designed to keep you strong and healthy, but not all of these health tips are as helpful as they sound. In today's video, I'm going to reveal 5 health tips that might actually be misleading for people over 50 and give you some better advice instead. My name is Harlow, and I've helped thousands of people over 50 to improve their health through simple, easy tips, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. The first misleading health tip for people over 50 is that cardio is the only way to improve your heart health. Now, we all know that maintaining a healthy heart is important, and cardio, like running, cycling, or swimming, can be good at helping you do that. But it's not the only way to improve the health of your heart, and it also sometimes comes with problems. Doing lots and lots of cardio means that you burn a lot of calories, especially to begin with, and for many people that can lead to muscle loss, especially if they're not eating enough protein. The second problem with doing lots and lots of cardio is it can lead to a metabolic slowdown, which means you burn fewer calories at rest than you would do otherwise. And counterintuitively, this can sometimes make it more difficult to keep the weight off. Now, a better approach for many people is to prioritize resistance training. Resistance training has been shown to be almost as good as cardio for improving your heart health, but you'll also get the added bonus of more muscle on your body, you'll be less likely to fall or lose your balance, and you'll maintain your metabolism over time. The second piece of misleading health advice for over 50s is that you must hit 10,000 steps every day. Now, walking is really important, and it might be a good goal for you to hit 10,000 steps, but that amount of walking is certainly not necessary to improve your health. The research shows that there are significant heart benefits even if we cross over the 4,000 to 6,000 step per day mark, and 10,000 steps is just an arbitrary goal, as I mentioned on a previous video. What I would say is that the quality of your movement matters more than the quantity. And research is showing now that if you walk faster, that might actually be more beneficial than walking further. So instead of trying to hit this random 10,000 steps per day goal, instead shoot for 3 10-minute brisk walks per day, because that's been shown to be just as beneficial for your heart and your lungs and your overall health as anything else. Before we go any further, I just want to tell you about a very special bonus I've created for viewers of this channel. It's called the Complete Guides to Building Muscle and Strength over the age of 50. And if you're someone who is a little bit confused about how to go about starting the process of building muscle and strength, you don't know what equipment to use or what exercises to choose, this is perfect for you. It's an exclusive 25-minute video that you can't find anywhere else, where I teach you all the ins and outs of building muscle and strength specific for people over the age of 50. So it's one of the best things I've created. I'm giving it totally for free to viewers of this channel. All you need to do is scroll down below this video. There's a link in the description where you can sign up. I'll send you the video straight away and you can get started. It's some of my best info, and if you use it, I hope you enjoy. The third misleading health tip for people over 50 is to take calcium supplements for your bone health. Now, not only have calcium supplements been shown to have questionable benefit for bone health, they also might be detrimental to our health in other areas of the body. And some recent research showed that calcium coming from supplements often ends up in places in the body where it really shouldn't be, like in our arteries, and that can lead to cardiac events. Now, our body processes dietary calcium differently to calcium from a supplement. And calcium is very important, so it's much better to get it from your diet, from foods like dark green, leafy veg, and dairy, than it is to take it in supplement form. Now, this is definitely not to say that you should stop taking calcium if you've been prescribed it by your doctor. For some conditions like osteoporosis or severe loss of calcium, a supplement can be useful. So if you've been prescribed it, definitely keep taking it. However, if you're like one of the many people who's just gone online and bought some calcium because you thought it was going to be good for your bones, this advice is certainly for you. Now, the best possible approach if you want to improve your bone density is to eat a calcium-rich diet and then combine that with resistance training regularly and balance training too. The calcium gives you the building blocks, the resistance training stimulates the bone to lay down new tissue, and the balance training prevents a fall, so even if you develop osteopenia or osteoporosis, you won't end up fracturing something. The fourth piece of misleading advice for people over 50 is that they should avoid heavy lifting. Now, heavy lifting and resistance training is vital for the health of people over 50. If I had to give you one piece of advice, it would be to try and build a resistance training routine if you want to remain healthy. Now, unfortunately, the advice here is that heavy lifting is dangerous and you shouldn't do it. And that's absolutely not the case. If you've got proper form, good technique, and you're choosing the right exercises for your body, it's one of the safest things you can do. Now, my definition of heavy lifting is choosing a weight that you can lift anywhere between 6 and 15 repetitions per set. Now, that's quite an arbitrary measure, but it's a great ballpark range for people who are just getting started, and it will give you the added benefit of improving bone health as well as making you stronger. You can do more repetitions than 15 and still get benefit, but the lighter you lift with more reps, the less your bones improve. Equally, you can lift less repetitions with a really heavy weight, but there's a higher injury risk and probably not that much return. So 6 to 15 is brilliant if you want to improve both muscle and bone health. Do it regularly and it will transform your health if you're over 50. The fifth misleading piece of health advice for people over 50 is to rest if you have joint pain. Now, all of us are going to be affected with joint pain at some point in our lives. It's inevitable, and it does become more likely with age. And whilst a couple of days of rest with a really bad flare-up can help, if you rest constantly every time your joints hurt, you're going to end up doing yourself more harm than good. When we've got joint pain, we quickly stiffen up if we aren't keeping that joint moving. And we also lose strength rapidly around the affected joint if we don't keep exercising. Now, it doesn't mean you have to do loads of squats or heavy weights if you've got joint pain. It just means the best thing you can do is to keep that joint moving. Let's say you've got some knee pain right now. The best thing for many people to do would be to gently bend that knee up and down lots and lots of times. And over time, they'll notice that that joint stops being so stiff and the pain might actually recede. The body is made to move. When we move, the body's almost like self-lubricating. The joints become healthier the more they move. So don't believe the myth that rest for joint pain is always a good idea. Keep your body moving because it really is move it or lose it.